White City by DK Tec Creators, the build review. Hello and welcome to Square Ghost, and here is the finished complete set of DK Tec Creators White City, a Lord of the Rings build, finished and ready to be revealed in this build review. Now I've just got my bit of paper, well I've got the book actually, just to say the little bits of detail. So this is obviously a cascade of a city built in a mountain background. I'm going to pronounce this totally wrong, but I think is it Minas Tirith or something like that is the proper name in Lord of the Rings. And I know that Lego are bringing, or supposedly bringing out at the time of building this set out in 2026. Back to this set by DK. It is a set number of 7072. There's 2,318 pieces. It's an 8+ set recommended, and there is a light brick element in this set. Now look, I think that looks absolutely stunning. If you can see that little bit of a glow, can you see it? I think you can, people. That is our light brick, and I will turn it round in a minute. It's the first time I actually turned it on to see this side of the set, to see whether we could actually see anything, and of course you can. So I have to go a little bit closer. I am going to give you the look of this set, and there you have it. If I step away a bit, you get to see the other end of this set. You can see the throne, the lovely blue hue of the light brick. Absolutely stunning. I will zoom in for you. You've got the candles, the throne. Look at that. That's a cracking shot, I think. And it's a lovely, lovely build. So, as I say, I'm struggling to get the rotunda around. We're going to start with a build review of this set very, very quickly. I'm not going to hang about. We did a sort of quarter first where we did the outside, a quarter of this part build here. If you've watched the videos, you'll know what I mean. We had no problems, no missing pieces in this entire set. We then did the second quarter here. There was a plate, this came later, and then we did the inner circles, one first, then the other, same again, and up. We didn't actually put the end on until the two sides here of the mountain face that the city is built into. Let's talk about brick quality. Absolutely amazing. Lego quality, clutch power in general. We had a problem with one or two of the bricks, but again I think it was possibly down to me. I'll show you that in a minute. So like I say, brick quality absolutely brilliant. Just going over to the table, plans absolutely fine, no worries with them whatsoever. Detailed enough, just make sure you follow them and you will have no problems. Everything was good about this. It's been a really, really enjoyable build. I've really, really enjoyed it, and I really didn't get worked up about this set, if you like. And when I mean that in a stressful way, until we came to the second part of this mountain build. So let's get in closer and take a look. You're going to see, as I turn this round, there's a buckle there and a hole. Now I've got a feeling, if you look at the plans and you look at the cover, and this is where I always hold my hands up, I don't think this brick should be connected. I think there should be a gap there. So that might be my fault, and if it is, I hold my hands up and say, hang on, I've done that wrong. And I think it is to what the plans is. If you look there, there is definitely a gap. So I'm going to take one for the team as far as that's concerned. But in saying that, when you come to build this set across, especially here, there is what I can only say is a slight twist in the build. It's not a square flat build across, it isn't. Is there any way around that? I don't know. Was it how I built it? Is it my fault? I don't know. I will say this. When we put the chamber in, imagine the chair is out. I don't know if that is seated correctly, pushed down enough. Now there, can you see that little gap of stud bricks? It could be me again. Now you're going to say to me, or some of you would say to me, I hope you would question me and say, well Kev, if you know that's wrong, why haven't you pushed it down? Why haven't you made sure it goes down to the plate? And it's quite simple. I'm going to answer you honestly and truthfully. When I went in and looked at it the first time and tried to, there was movement all across the build. And I think if I'd have really gone for it and pushed hard, we would have had some terminal collapses. I really do. So I thought it wasn't that bad. It didn't look that bad. So let's continue and see how the rest of the build goes. We got away, I think, with that. As I say, if that's my fault there, I hold my hands up. Built this final, that was totally fine there, and then in the last part, if you've watched it, we build up this particular wall section here before we do the final bit of the throne. We're talking about this piece, and it's here where this is as solid can be. No problems, brilliant. In fact, I'm going to turn it around again just so as you can get a look of exactly what went on top, exactly what I'm talking about. But again, it's not completely seated. You can't really see, but it isn't seated to where it should be seated. It's on the studs, it's pressed down, it's in place. I had a trouble lining it up, but I got it to go. Once it was lined up, it went straight in. There was no problem with that whatsoever. I then tried to actually seat this properly, pressed down at the top, pressed as hard as I dare. Maybe got it in this little part here, but some of it here just would not go. It would not line up. Again, is this a Kevin problem? Possibly. I'm going to hold my hands up and say possibly. I followed, as far as I can tell, the plans to the letter. And then I thought, well, it's down, it's in place. It's not going to fall off, it's not going to shake about. Shall we see if we can get the other external parts on? And the answer to that was yes, you can. Some of these came on after, especially these parts here that come absolutely together to join the two parts together, if you like. They came in absolutely brilliant, no problem. Had a little 4 problem there, or sorry, 2x3, but eventually with a little push, you need a bit of confidence to push it. It clicked on, it was fine, there was no problem. Now the other side isn't as good. Again, with me, with Square Ghost, with Kev, I'm always going to show you. That 1x6 was to 1x8 to 1x8. It seats at the top, it doesn't line up at the bottom. You cannot get them in. You could possibly do it the other way around and have that, but that's it. I thought when you're looking at it like that, and you come away, you're not really going to tell anyway. When that's being displayed on a shelf, you're not going to know. But I'm just telling you, the people out there, I want you to know exactly as it is. In general, apart from, like I say, the little stressy bits of this build, I've really enjoyed it, and I can't stress that enough. It's been a lovely build. I really do like DK sets. I mean, as you know, I've done a couple for the channel, 2 Harry Potter sets. One was Hagrid's bike and the other was a magical owl. But the point I'm trying to make is never worry about the quality of DK, or I haven't so far. The parts are brilliant, the bricks are brilliant, colours are great, clutch power is, I can't fault it. Instructions, like I said, absolutely brilliant. Really can't. Now, again, when we come to the look of the set, I think it looks absolutely, you know, wonderful. If you look at that from the back, like you look at the front, light brick on, you've got the throne. I think that's a lovely shot. I really do. Now, is it worth the money? I can honestly say, hold my hands up and truthfully say, with hand on heart, yes. 28 English pounds. I've got the link in there if you look in the notes, you can follow it. If the link doesn't work, please by all means go to Barware. That's where I bought this from. I'm not affiliated. I'm just like trying to give anybody a heads up who would like to buy this set. And you'll see for yourself, 28 English pounds for nearly 2,000 pieces. It is actually 2,318 pieces. I've just looked at my book there. I mean, that is bang for buck, right? You wouldn't do that with a Lego set, 2,300 odd pieces. You know it and I know it. Absolutely brilliant. The person who actually built this, who actually designed this, I should say, has done an incredible, and I mean incredible job. Just looking at everything, looking at the throne, the light brick, coming across to the walls. Remember, this is the back of the set, and this is what I'm trying to say. When this is in display, you're not going to display it that way, are you? You're going to display it the other way around. You know, you're not going to put it on a rotunda and rotate it round every week or two for people to look. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So again, I'll just quickly repeat myself there and just say, yes, I think it's worth buying. The quality is there, the build process, some of the building techniques in this set are absolutely stunning. When you're doing the middle section of the build, and I will turn it round for you, when you're doing these parts here, they connect with the little hinge bricks, flat hinge bricks. They're 1x2s with the hinges on, and they really lock everything into place. It's such a lovely, solid design and build. The only negatives, like I say, are the seating problem I've had there. Obviously, the problem I have, if I can get my finger in the right place here, but I do think that's my problem. I'm willing to take one for DK there without a shadow of a doubt. But there you go. I'm not going to dilly about it. If you want to see, if you're just watching this review, all I can say is go back to the other vids. You'll see step by step, bag by bag, all 8 bags, 8 parts, shows you the ins and outs of each step. You'll see the problems that we do occur along the way. Nothing that I think is drastic, because it isn't. If you look at that set, it is well displayable. There's no, in my mind, there's no doubt about it. You tell me. You don't be frightened to drop some comments, like I say in the box, as I always say. What do you think of the look of the set? Is it worth £28? You tell me. You make up your own minds, like I say. I'm only here to guide, to, like I say, these videos as much for you and for myself, because I want to look back in the years and say, oh, look, I made that. and this is the process I went through to get it where I got it. Really, really, from the top to the bottom, DK, you've done it again. In my opinion, you are stunning. So I hoped you've liked this little video. I know it's run on quite long, 15 minutes. It's a long while, but I'm trying not to miss anything out. I'm trying to give you the full rundown that if you're thinking of buying, if you're thinking of plunging, you know, like I say, I'm repeating myself again, it is worth it, guys. Go for it, because if you like the look of the set, you're not going to be disappointed. Yes, you'll fiddle about with little bits here and there like I did, but at the end of the day, if you like Lord of the Rings and you like the look of sets, and Lego's got this set apparently coming out sometime this year, it'll be interesting to compare not only how the sets look, but also how much the sets are. So as I say, if you've enjoyed this little video, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button for me, always good for me and the channel, and please drop some comments in that box. Please don't be frightened. Like I often say to my friend Gaga, if you think, I'm doing this wrong, or I'm doing that wrong, or I could do this better or that better, please, by all means, put it in the box. I'm not going to be offended. I am not going to be offended. I want to get better. I want the videos to get better. I want the builds to be better. I'm not a master builder. I keep saying this. I keep holding my hands up and saying I build for the enjoyment of building. And like since I've been doing my YouTube channel, I've enjoyed the filming. I've enjoyed the editing. Like I say, you can tell I can talk for England. I really do like a rattle. So like I say, please drop some messages in the box what you think of the set and of me. And please, if you want to come back to whatever the next build is going to be on this Saturday and Sunday build, then please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And finally, anybody who's watched this video, as I say to any of my other videos, thank you very, very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this build review of DK Tec's White City, a Lord of the Rings set. Is it Minas Tirith? By all means, if I'm saying it wrong, whatever, comment in the box, correct me, I don't mind, really don't. I think it's Minas Tirith, something along those lines. Anyway, with that, like I say, I do hope that you will come back next time and see what we've got on the build for our next set. And with that, you know the score, you know the drill. My name's Kev. He whizzes it round. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.